Ebusia phone adofia higher Alpha 1GH that's mutiri bese sama koso yensa na yeso because we all the latest na bros na bia mbeki pi updated na so my den mo niema ehia samote a ekoso bia na ba kumpo enye den empa uti so benya kwanya ti oso nsaka bia no like ya share amonu aso yeden insake no so pi updated yes already yemfe ni enche a recalculation center wa chese niema every obenyina good news nkwa na hit NDC good news nkwa na hit NDC achese enya asenketo two outstanding constituency achese recalculation aye din ama easy domi kwabenya ene ablekuma north no sembibre ya den ene APP free hoba na sabre information about chese NDC for as winning another seat chese enya asenketo after the recalculation of domi kwabenya no NDC election team for na babontin abe confirm that say they have won omo wini Ghana ni bia or pe Ghana yen eninje nen onsha sen jubility now so say kai say easy say there must be a rerun in Domi Kwabinya and some 3 polling stations now so NDC for keka ni mani nya bom no chese so mo ye ni mani nyina kwa even recalculation sorry a rerun we are omo ka figures ambenya in that polling station one in 2000 see the figures ni nyina rerun figures ni nyina ama Michael Kwea sa figures ne of in 700 impo now so gaba elecplem aklugu edi twe Michael Kwea mu ye more than 1000 it is here the numbers ni nyina akra ama Michael Kwea still now on to elecplem aklugu busia fen kasa bebre yenkoni nkwiti nsene mu chechemu ene nsem kakrefa Supreme Court case no
we completely disagree with it because on the face of it they themselves know that when you declared her she was leading with about 1154 so if you are expanding one and the one total votes is 689 this one is a primary school mathematics it's not algebra
so you feel that the 165 is a decrease in your calculation per one.
Of course they have problem with arithmetic. We are going to do the calculation and bring it back. We told them they should hold their horses. We are doing the calculation ourselves. Our opponents also pick one. They should also go and enter. We'll go and enter simple Excel sheet and we'll get it. There's no rerun. She has won.
The EC just told us. The EC just told us that there's going to be a rerun.
I am saying that they have a problem with their arithmetic. It's their own document. You remember when we did registration, they were doing wrong calculations. Corral draw people. I'm not surprised they've used corral. No. I'm saying we have won the election.
So that means I'm not going to campaign back at the Abokobi station.
Campaign, you are talking. I say we have won the election. The document will show. Let's come back. We are coming back with it. We'll go and sit down, do the arithmetic for them.
But you told Dr. Tanko, you told us that you have to go and do the recalculation from the C1 form you got from the EC, yes. And then that will inform your decision. You haven't done the calculation yet, but you say you have.
I'm saying that per the calculation they did on the D-Day and what they've written on their own summary sheet, it's 51,000 for Madam Akurugu. The gentleman got 50,000. It's there. It's on the D-Day.
So if you go and do it. If you go and do the recalculation and then it arrives at the figure the EC announced today, what will you tell the public that you have just told that you wanted
to look at it and come back? So what we have, Madam Akurugu won the election fairly.
Thank you.
So those were some reactions. James Aveji is still here with me. So James, finally, how did all of this conclude?
Yeah, so the EC has decided now that they would have to do a rerun of the Abokobi Women's Development Center 2 police station elections to determine how it will go for the two political parties. What we are left now is announcement from the EC on the exact date that rerun of the elections would happen, and we'll see how that emerges. Ben.
James Aveji is my colleague. He's been on the ground. Let's head right into our next story. And the High Court in Accra will reopen a case in which the New Patriotic Party is seeking to have the Electoral Commission recollate results of the just ended parliamentary level elections, which were declared in favor of the candidates of the National Democratic Congress. Now, The Electoral Commission was ordered by a mandamus to proceed to recollate some outstanding parliamentary results which turned out to favor NPP candidates. However, a ruling by the Supreme Court yesterday held that interested parties in the NDC were not properly heard, hence the decision to quash the earlier directive for recollation in Tema Central, Ablekuma North, Techiman South, Okaigwe Central. There's more in this report.
After a long tussle over the parliamentary election results in 9 outstanding constituencies, an Accra High Court's earlier ruling filed by the New Patriotic Party paved way for the Electoral Commission of Ghana to carry out what it described as recollation of results which were earlier declared in favor of the National Democratic Congress. However, holding on to their stance, the National Democratic Congress pursued the matter and scaled up their case to the Supreme Court in a certiorari application that aimed at quashing the decision of the High Court.
No, I think there are cases that the court gave you a hearing.
Yes, that's what I'm responding to. And I'm saying that we were not heard.
After hours of arguing the case out in court, the Apex Court gave its final verdict, one that supports the position of the NDC and hereby caution the earlier decision of the High Court for a mandamus order that called for recollation in 4 constituencies.
We have decided to exercise our discretionary power to quash by certiorari having regard to the peculiar circumstances of each ruling. Consequently, we hereby quash the orders of mandamus made for collation of results by the Electoral Commission in the following constituencies: 1. Okaigwe Central, 2. Ablekuma North, 3. Tema Central, and 4. Techiman South. Accordingly, the collation of results in the above constituencies by the Electoral Commission after 20th December 2024 on the orders of the court are hereby set aside. The time for filing is hereby abridged. Circumstance of time constraint on the national electoral calendar, we hereby abridge the time for a hearing of the mandamus applications in the High Court and direct the High Court to hear the applications for mandamus on Tuesday, 31st December 2024.
It is expected that in the coming days, the Electoral Commission of Ghana will take steps to carry out the orders of the Supreme Court, which earlier paved way for the NPP candidates in those 4 constituencies to hold themselves out as MPs elect for their respective constituency.
The true mandate of the people will still stand. We're grateful to the courts for heeding our requests.
We're happy that our confidence in the law has, borne its fruits, and we're happy to go and continue. I think it's important that everybody understands that this is just the beginning of our work. And I think that this experience equips us to be able to represent all our people a lot better.
And then I think it redeems the image to an extent of our courts and our judges. So it's all well and good.
The court said it's a fundamental rule to be heard. So go back to the court and have your matter heard. So it's simplicity. We are going back on Tuesday. They will file their response. Okay, on why they think that there was collation or there was no collation. The court will hear the matter, make an order for EC to go and make collation and a declaration.
Now, the National Democratic Congress has said that the Electoral Commission has no basis for proceeding to take a decision on the outstanding Ablekuma North and Domekwa constituencies. This comes on the back of the Supreme Court's decision to quash an earlier High Court order for the recollation of 4 constituencies, including Ablekuma North. Now, before the Supreme Court's ruling, the EC was expected to take a decision on the outstanding polling stations, delaying the recollation of the 2 constituencies. But reacting to the outcome of the court's proceedings, Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, says the EC can no longer proceed on the matter of the 2 constituencies.
Send us notice that tomorrow we should come with pink sheets for Ablekuma North and then Dominic Kwabinya, 3 pink sheets from Dominic Kwabinya, and then that of Abdulmanov. But you see, the Supreme Court has quashed that thing they were going to do. So it's moot now. It's completely, it's a moot issue. They cannot call it for any meeting on that matter. The Supreme Court has stopped them. They were acting on the basis of the High Court ruling. But that High Court ruling doesn't stand as we speak. That has been quashed. So on what basis are they going to call it for pink sheets and others? Our people were validly elected until otherwise determined by maybe a High Court decision after they have been gazetted. They're only duty left for the EC to go and gazette them. Those who are affected can now go to High Court within 21 days after gazette to fight their case there. But not to stop them from being gazetted and sworn in Parliament. That's not their business.
Meanwhile, on the other end, the New Patriotic Party is hopeful they will win the application for recollation of Okaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, Tema Central, and Techiman South if the matter is heard again on Tuesday. Haruna Mohammed is Deputy General Secretary of the NPP.
We believe that our courts are very competent enough, and we know that we can go to court and have our case being heard. Today, a court has ruled, and the NDC is happy. Tomorrow, when the same court is ruled again, they should be fair to the game and accept the pendulum that today it can be you, tomorrow it can be any other person else. And that is what we do understand. So for Sawam and the other constituency are law, I belive that the court was very explicit on this particular constituency. These are constituencies that we all have been saying that it's not all the constituencies that coalition was done. Some of them coalitions were not done. Notwithstanding the decision of the court, I believe that our lawyers will play a very great role in terms of the administration of justice. We will follow through to ensure that when the NDC is heard on the case of the Mandamus, with a change of a judge, we will still prevail in the process. That is what we pray, and that is what we will argue our case in court on Tuesday, the 1st December.
EC ni NPP for omuye domitimi bia. They are trying their possible best. Kwen bia so 2/3 no. Said their doctor Manibu Amakaino. Omo person motiso. Kwen bia so 2/3 no person motiso. NDC for area taso say omo amunti sa 2/3 no so that unim dintia 1 omo pese democracy no ekoso gina na nukredi eye de eye adwuma ino eye democracy 2 omo pese kwakwa say oh omo nya majority in parliament grama na broso se di omo expect inti say other constituencies no crampo no ye de NPP crampo nyehwe effect in say those constituencies no omo leader some be di omo so a obeti ma bomo in this constituency ni say ye pe NDC ni PC we are I was NDC for an air fighting with every resources be omo bia no se be ya obeti manya sa sit na de aka GMO enye se sit no manya no mani so na so sa constituency ni say NPP PC we yempe NPP ni bia wo yempe omo leadership stand time some go for selfish interest e wo mutrim personal interest wo mutrim do mo dwen wan no mo fu no mo family inti omo mpe BBF NPP on bia. So right now na ye chinchim NDC fonsa I just sit na ma NPP for those constituencies ni be hu say oh see besa 2020 another 4 years baba yedi kan atwama mo intiman protected ya there's no way says yes I could lie near broying near diguye so near the enquatu ensem ebo ballot a box no buying na se be we ask no mo jam mo dia here you cannot protect our vote because during a year 2024 elections and you become no mama so ko baby dear omo ka che say you betima to abana mo but can you protect our vote ya dear na omo ka say GM you beto am na so betima bo ya ba no ban GM na final rally or the statement na den etudwa chairman is saying Ťeaṛs final rally no or this asem ye den etuja. That means a asem ehun. So sa asem na ehun hia na coincidence for na edit to a NDC for him no. Sabri ehun abehia say asem na mo kan NSA. Odi omo koma nto omiem na kwan bia so no betima protect your vote amom no. Sabri na ehun abehia say asem no they walk the talk chese omo kan omo ye anase omo kan keke. That is the reason why the opposition party is fighting everything, using the legal method, using everything, resources, be or somebody room biano. Or more ye don't beat me be said ye be ya. A year constituent for the bones as some more catch said they can protect their vote, no. And panny and power, wait my day, aye. And also can be you. And also can be because Kesi to come 9 seats come the heading. Oh, farm. Now, so no, Omodi can share a Ghana for bossy, my protect your vote. So, our some year BBR the protect your vote. Those constituencies and say they want NDC. They want NDC. Among pay NPP because these people no, among drain nipa. Because we dream nipa ho won't mean first kaka we enkoye e-gate or a kutuka na e-gate ne price no so send the whole kutuka building in nyina no dream nipa ho David dream nipa ho mama na ne kan say e-gate no ma ye no e so send kutuka building no ankasa si ni nyina ono an kan yes. So as we speak no information about Chese Dome Kwabenya na ye kwakwe rerun election no. NDC election team for Nankasankasa Babonti abeka Chese omo wini ye interview osimbi ye wini twaso ye wini obisa osi ye wini embusan hwe ye wini Chese na ni abriye pa. There is no way somebody Dome Kwabenya bema NPP for. Do you know why? They say Michael Kwe aji microphone aba bontia be concede defeat. Say we Lucy na enkwa ene hia. Si ato abane wi obi enwidie. E Nyankopon ase. So yenhwe 2028 ni yenhwe de Nyankopon be wankasa na aba bontin. Yes Sarah Drasafo so aba bontia be kase. Dinti ye Lucy ye tie. Dinti ye Lucy. That means on so aji atum say ye Lucy omo Lucy. And they say I was not part of the year campaign for Dome Kwabenya piece no nye on fani hunjijim on one kasan so ajadum say they have lost the elections. TC pa NPP for how or more power how so a bit number say baomia be babontia be concede defeat. Na eche baomia sankasa babontia say oh mia na meka say my way enso menya we yenyen nkoto abane foforo. Nyansen ni sa statement no ni kwan se isi suso sa nyama no so we nkwan de ni kwan se isi suso sa nyama no so na NDC fo anya abre se who the city ni nyina abeje krampa Dome Kwabenya de bitter. There's no way the way el claim akulugu abre pa se no nya sa city we no because MPP for omo nyama papa bia ma these people she polling stations nkwan hodo e Dome Kwabenya ena emutre pena aka oh de omo nim omo wini. So good news are just I hit the ground na just NDC for sure say Jubilation no and when some na just atini nyina ne court case kakra just e buy just no report mama no and update na just e dia brem no higher for 1G but more than so subscribe so yes like na share na ma oni so dey nye binti no so dey ehudie ko bia menko ba bia busuafo Akroma.